Hello students, welcome to my channel Nandi sClasses. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well. Let's start today's session.
Good evening, everybody. One more time, welcome to my class today. Today we'll be discussing about the material. My name is Sushant Kumar Nandi. First of all, we'll discuss one by one the material cost and control. We'll have a brief discussion about what do you mean by material. In the previous classes, already we have discussed about the material is the first and most important component of the total cost of a product. And material cost, the cost of material constitute the major portion of the total cost of the product. So, as one of the most important objective of cost accounting is to control the cost. That's why there is most important aspects of studying the cost of material. That's why today we discuss one by one how material cost can be controlled. And before discussing about how material cost can be controlled, we need to understand first what is material, the meaning of material. When you talk of material, normally in a class we understand, okay, material means only the raw materials. Now in today's class, first we discuss what is material. Look at this picture. When you talk about the material, it does not mean only the raw material. The material may be the raw material, which is the which enter into the process of production initially. That the raw material in the raw form, like the cotton in case of textile industry, the coal in case of the cement industry. These are raw material in the form of raw. But material may be the semi-finished material, or in case of carpentry, they sometimes purchase the unpolished furniture and they polished it and sell it. So that unpolished furniture may be a semi-finished material. So material can be semi-finished form also. And material can be in the finished form. Finished form, now we understand. I'm talking about finished material, not finished goods. That means material can be in the finished material. In case of an automobile industry, just you might have heard or you might have seen, they also purchase the tire, battery, other equipment. So they are in the finished form, so finished material. That's why you need to understand material, maybe raw material, maybe semi-finished material, and finished material. So in a manufacturing concern, they also purchase raw material and they process it and they produce the finished product. About the material cost. These are the material cost already you have discussed in the previous classes. The material cost may be direct material cost and maybe indirect material cost. The material cost, direct material cost are already, earlier we have already discussed in the previous classes while discussing the cost sheet. The cost of material which can be directly allocated to the cost of the product, that is the direct material. And indirect material, maybe power, fuel, the tools, equipments, or the indirect material which cannot be directly allocated to the cost of the product or cost center, that is indirect material, as already we discussed earlier. So this is a brief discussion about material cost. I am not going to discuss in details again the material cost. So this is the most important aspect of this class today, the objective study of material cost. Why we'll discuss why you study the material cost. Because most important objective of study the material cost is the control of material cost, means material cost control. That's why there is a need for studying of material cost. And when you talk of the control of material cost, we can say that material cost cannot be controlled by the management, by the cost management or by the management in total. If material cost needs to be controlled, there is a need for analyzing the different stages of materials. That's why material cost can be controlled in different stages, and it will be the entire discussion of this material topic. the material cost can be controlled at the purchase of material stage. Means at the time of purchasing the material cost needs to be controlled. In details later on we'll discuss. And material cost can also be controlled at the time of storage of material. So this is another stage of material cost control. And material cost can be controlled at the time of issue of material, because there is need for pricing of issue of material. So that is also another stage where the material cost can be controlled. These are the different stages where material cost can be controlled, and one by one we'll discuss later on. The purchase stage, the storage stage, and the issue stage. So these are the different stages of material control. Now, in order to control the cost of material, a manufacturing organization, big organization, they adopt, they develop, they set up a material control system, and they try to control the material cost. So, just briefly, let us understand what do you mean by material control system. See, it is a systematic control over the three stages, as I already discussed in the previous slide. It's a systematic control over the procurement, the storage, and the usage of material. Procurement means the purchase of material, storage of material, and usage of material, so as to maintain uninterrupted flow of materials. And at the same time, we can avoid excessive investment in industry. That means this material control system ensures that there should be a systematic way of purchase of material, storage of material, and usage of material, so that we can have uninterrupted flow of production and we can avoid excessive investment in inventory. Because if you invest one rupees more in inventory, at the same time you are increasing the cost of product by 1 rupee. And if you are saving 1 rupee in the cost of material, you are reducing the cost of material. At the same time, you are contributing towards the profit of the on the sale. That's why material control system has the important role. In other words, we can say material control system which ensures the right quantity of material to be purchased at the right time, of right quality of material to be purchased at the right time at a minimum amount of investment. And that means we can say material control system ensures that right quality of product of right quantity are purchased at the right time with minimum amount of investment. That's why there is a role of material control system. Another way you can also say material control is a matter of coordination, because to ensure the proper material control, there should be proper coordination among different departments like purchase department, receiving and inspection department, storekeeping department, product control department, and stock record department. So there should be a coordination among different departments, so that there can be a proper control of material. And this is the material control system which ensures all these things. So next part of our discussion will be objective of material control system. As I discussed earlier, material control system ensures the right quality of material of right quantity to be purchased at the right time from the right source at the minimum investment, so that we can control the cost. That's why in an organization, the objectives of material control systems, one by one, we can say, as already discussed, continuous supply of materials for uninterrupted flow of production. Remember, if there will be no regular supply of material when it is required by the production department, there may be problem in disturbance in the production. You may not be able to fulfill the order from the supplier. That's why material control system, one of the objectives to ensure uninterrupted flow of production by providing regular material. Next objective is optimum investment in material. That means materials should be purchased from the right source at the right price. Because if you purchase more material and if you purchase excess material and store it, there will be unnecessary blocking up of capital. Unnecessary, it will lead to adverse affect the profitability. That's why that should not be overstocking, over purchase of material. That should be optimum investment in the material. Next objective of material control system is economy in purchasing. That means purchasing of material by the purchase department should be made at right price. It should not be, that's why there should be a price mechanism. So there should be economy in purchasing. Next is strict control, quality control, and material control system must ensure strict quality control of material, because the control, I think the material quality should be ensured. That's why it should be tested properly and quality should be controlled. So it is another objective of material control system. Control on payment for materials. It is also another objective of material control system is that there should not be any authorized, unauthorized payment for materials. Means all the purchases must be authorizedly purchased. All the payments should be made after receiving the material and after inspecting the material only, and after authorization from the authorized person. So there should be control on payment of material. So it is ensured by material control system. Next is authorized purchase and issues. Means in case of manufacturing organization, whenever the materials are purchased, it is purchased by the authorized person in charge for purchasing. Like we can say the purchase department who is authorized for purchase, and purchase should be made through the authorized purchase requisition. Means it's a formal request. It should not be purchased unauthorized. At the same time, the material should be issued to the production department only through an authorized requisition from the departmental head. So material control system ensures the authorized purchases and issues of material. Another objective is material cost tool system ensures minimum handling of cost and time. That means material control system ensures that the material should be stored in such a place that there should be minimum handling of cost, and the time also there should be minimum time to handle from from the store to the department, from the one department to another department in case of a transfer. That's why we can avoid the wastages of material. Another objective, minimum wastages. The material control systems, another objective is to ensure minimum wastages of material, because while handling the material, while transferring the material, while purchasing material, there may be wastages. But material control system ensures how to reduce the wastages, because one of the most important reason of increasing the cost of material product is increase of wastages. That's why wastages should be minimized. It is another objective what material control system ensures. And another objective of material control system is regular and dependable information about the materials. In case of a material control system, there should be a dependable information system about the material. So one by one we'll discuss the steps involved in material control system. In the entire material chapter, we'll discuss one by one. First is material planning. Second is material purchasing and receiving. Third one is storage of material. And fourth one is issue of material. In the material planning, one by one we'll discuss. And in the entire material control system, we'll cover all these four steps: material planning, material purchasing, receiving, and storage of material, and issue of material. First one is material planning. When you talk about the material purchase, material control system, the management, the purchase department who is charged of material purchasing, they must ascertain the requirement of material in advance. Means they must know which system of material control system to be followed. They must ascertain the quantity of material to be purchased, whether through centralized or decentralized, later on discuss. They should also ascertain at which quantity of material to be ordered at the time of purchasing or giving the order to the supplier. They should also ascertain. They should also plan for the adoption of the control technique, how to control the materials of high value, low volume items, etc. They should also plan about how to control the cost of the spare parts, tools and equipments. So these are the material planning the purchase department must ensure, or they should do material planning. Having all the plans in hand, the purchase department plans for the purchasing and receiving of materials. Remember, in case of a big organization, there is a separate department for purchasing department. So the purchasing department, they are in charge of purchasing and receiving of materials. So this is the second step of material control system. First was material planning, and the second one is purchasing and receiving of material. So when we talk about the purchasing and receiving of material, the purchase department has to perform various functions. The functions, about one, we can say the purchase department should decide what to purchase. The answer is right quality of material to be purchased. So quality should not be sacrificed. The other function of purchase department is to decide when to purchase. Purchase department must purchase the right quality of material at the right time when it is required. What will be the right time? Later on we will discuss. The purchase department will also ensure where to purchase. This is also later on we will discuss, but where to purchase means from the right source of supply. That's why how to select the right source of supply, later on we will discuss. But this is the function of purchase department. Next is how much to purchase. And when the purchase department tries to purchase, initiate the purchasing, they should ensure the right quantity of material to be purchased. And how much should be the right quantity, that is to be decided. Later on we'll discuss how to ensure the right quantity of material. So this is another function of purchase department. Next is at what price the material should be purchased. The purchase department should ensure at right price the material should be purchased. That means these are the functions. The purchase department should ensure the right quality of material should be purchased at the right time from the right source, and of right quantity at the right price. These are called the right principles or the principles of purchasing. So these are the functions the purchase department has to perform. So when you talk about the purchasing and receiving of material, the purchase department must ensure the methods of purchasing. In a big organization, there are two types of purchasing. One is centralized purchasing and the decentralized purchasing. When in a company, when there is one centralized department who purchases all kinds of material for different departments, for different branches, this is the centralized purchasing system. I mean, the different departments or branches are not authorized, not given power to purchase the material. They should request the central department to purchase. So this is centralized purchasing system. In case of decentralized purchasing system, the different departments or different branches are authorized, means they can purchase the materials as per their requirement. So this is decentralized purchasing system. But there are different factors which plays a vital role whether there should be centralized purchasing or decentralized purchasing. In most of the organizations, most of the company, there is a blend of centralized purchasing as well as decentralized purchasing system, where there is a local advantage in pricing, or where there is a small quantity to be purchased, that can be decentralized purchasing. When there is a small quantity to be purchased, or where there is a need of experts, that can be centralized purchasing. So there cannot be, most of the cases, there is a blend of both centralized as well as decentralized purchasing system to have better purchase of material, to ensure the optimum investment in the material. So centralized purchasing as well as decentralized purchasing can be followed at a time, but different factors should be considered. Different factors are taken into account. So when you talk about purchase is a system, it's a procedure. So one by one, we can say the purchase procedure, one by one steps we'll discuss one by one, so that you can understand in a manufacturing organization how purchases are made. you should understand the purchase procedure, the steps one by one. First is receiving purchase requisition, then the selecting, exploring the sources of supply, preparation of an execution purchase order, receiving materials, inspecting and testing materials, finally checking for passing bill for payment. These are the purchase procedures one by one, and in each step, so many things need to be understood. You must understand, and all these stages we'll discuss in the next class, because in details we'll discuss one by one. So today this class was just introductory classes in the topic of material. In the next class we'll discuss in details about how purchase requisitions are made, how purchase department receives the purchase requisition, who initiates the purchase requisition, and how to explore the different sources of supply, and how to prepare and execute a purchase order, and receiving material, inspecting and testing material, and how it is checked and passing for bill payment. In details we'll discuss in the next class. So thank you so much. Stay at home and stay safe.